Good morning. It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. I hope everybody had a good week. The good Lord let us wake up this morning, not because of anything that we've done, but because of His grace and His mercy. Do a quick little word right quick this morning before I get to church. It comes out of James, the first chapter, starting around the 19th verse. And this is something that each person has to uh, put into practice on a daily basis in every conversation. But it's something that you think might be small, but it's really a really, really, really big thing. And it's with our communication with others. And it talks about anger and how it doesn't work the righteousness of God. But let me get right into it and we'll go from there. Starting at the 19th verse in the first chapter of James. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God. The first thing it talks about is being swift to hear. A lot of times, we as people listen with the intent to reply. But now we can't listen if we're not silent. And a lot of people don't know this little fact, but silent and listen are spelled with the same letters. Look it up. Now, just as we should want to get our point across and want to say what we want to say, we should be just as swift to listen to the speaker or whoever's talking to us. Now, slow to speak. Slow to speak, we should carefully think about the words in which we let cross our lips. Because once we let those words out, there is no taking them back. All we can do is apologize, but the damage is done once the words come out of our mouths and into the ear of the listener or listeners. The next thing, slow to wrath. Being quick-tempered doesn't solve anything, but it does make a lot of things worse. It really does. And as we see in Scripture, it doesn't work the righteousness of God because God isn't quick-tempered with us, or else none of us would be here. We would all be consumed because none of us can keep every law or commandment that He has given us perfectly. And that's why we needed a Savior. That's why we needed the one that knew no sin and committed no sin to be the sacrifice for us. So the next point I'll leave you with is why we should not be quick to anger. We find that answer back in Proverbs chapter 20 at the 3rd verse. It says, "It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling." How many times has a situation come up, tempers escalated, harsh words being said, instead of just walking away? How many of us have stood there and just kept on and on and on and on and on about it? When all we should have done was, you know what? We have to agree to disagree, or I see the tempers are escalating, mine's escalating, or the other person's escalating. Sometimes we have to walk away and then revisit it at a later time where cool heads prevail, where both people or people that are involved in the situation can sit down and discuss it in a civilized manner. It's more honorable to just walk away and then come back to it than to stand there and everybody's yelling back and forth and it's not being fruitful. It's not being productive. Because neither side is actually hearing what the other side is saying. They've only listened with the intent to reply. and want to get their point across. And a lot of times the questions that we may will be answered if we just listened. Now that's the word I'm going to leave you with for today. And let's hope everybody, including myself, we all need to work on this. Have a blessed Sunday evening or blessed Sunday morning and a Sunday evening. Get to church, get the word, because it can't do nothing but help you get better. Talk to y'all later.